Having this brand new case here to unbox is like finding water in a desert after searching for weeks and somehow surviving long enough to be rejuvenated by a little stream in Dry Bone Valley. That is what it feels like right here. Man, it's been forever since a brand new singles case to unbox, let alone really any case. Let's rewind. The first case of 2023 singles came out in mid-December, and then the second one in late December, the third one in mid-January, the next one mid-February, the next one mid-March. That was the last one, Case F, with all the anniversary cars. Then Case G got postponed and still is kind of in flux, although it is being found now at Walmart stores in the USA and over in Europe at some stores. Case H is kind of out with some resellers, but not a whole lot. And here we are with Case J. Now it is mid-June. It's been basically 2 months and then some since the last case unboxing, which is actually just insane to think about. In fact, it's almost been 3 months. There's so much to talk about here, guys. Obviously, it's gonna get a little wonky. It's gonna get messy, a little sloppy, but maybe you like that. I hope you do. It's gonna be fun because obviously we're jumping from F to J case, which is crazy, but I just can't get G and H. They are not for sale anywhere at this time. I will hopefully get them in the future and go back and unbox them. But the best thing about this case is that it just happens to be kind of like the best case in 5 years, maybe. It has so many new cars. If G and H didn't exist, it would be okay because J has almost everything they have to offer. So I cannot wait to just tear into this box. Oh my gosh. Of course, made in Thailand, contains 24 pieces. I know already. 95C, that just means basically 2023, and then the J indicates the assortment. I'll put the full list of contents in the description below. You know what's also cray-cray is that this was the last case that I revealed, which never happens. I have yet to reveal Case K because I can't until the 15th of June here, which is the case after this one. So basically, it's like the multiverse of cases. Everything is mixed up. Everything is mismatched, but hey, we have a case to unbox and we're going to take full advantage and we're going to review everything in this box because it's all very much so review worthy. I really don't know what's in this case. All I know is that there's a lot of good stuff and it's getting me very excited to the point where I just cannot contain myself. I have a stub of a T that I'm going to tear into this box with. Oh my goodness, guys. How are you? How are you? Now, obviously, your day is going to be made much better by watching this video. Oh my God, look at all that new stuff in there. But seriously though, how is your day going? Oh my God, we don't want to pull anything out early. I mean, there's so much in here. I start at the top, I start at the other side, and we're running into new stuff right away. So, I mean, what do I even do? Where do I start? Let's flip it like this. You know what? Nah, we can't do that. You guys can't see everything. Okay. All right, we're going to start down here because I see some boring stuff. Sorry, Ryan, but you've been in a few cases already this year. This is a 2023 release. It's not a carryover, even though it doesn't have the darker red packaging. But yeah, again, I don't see these hanging around on the pegs. That being said, Walmart was quite smart, I must say, with their 12 count cases. Nothing really peg warms. I mean, sure, some stuff might stay around for a while if they get too much in, but this is what happens these days at Walmart. I go in, and if I'm lucky, I find a full case. If I go in, I'm not lucky, I don't find anything. It's either all or nothing at Walmart these days because they get in so little, whoever finds it first just buys it all. And I have to admit, I do that too. You guys saw me in the hunt episodes. If I find a case at Walmart, I pretty much just take everything. And because there's only 12 in a case, it's all pretty much gone, you know? So, and Target hasn't gotten in anything except for the very first case of 2023 singles. So it's all screwy again. But yeah, I don't see Ryan peg warming, so we're not going to complain about him too much. Here we have the oddly named Rust-eze Dinoco Cruz Ramirez on a pretty good card. Hopefully these are all on pretty good cards. But yeah, it used to be named Racing Center Cruz Ramirez. Now is stupidly called Rust-eze Dinoco Cruz Ramirez. Don't really understand that because there's no hint of Rust-eze branding on her at all. This is technically a carryover from 2022, as you can tell by the stuff here on the back. Even though she was not named this in 2022, it is a kind of new for 2023 naming. But yeah, all right. You know what? Yeah, as you can see, 2022. So pretty easy to tell. All right, let's jump around here, guys. We're not going to give you guys anything easy right away. You know, you got to work for it. Watch the video a little bit, and then we'll get to the good stuff. Yeah, this is another 2022 carryover. This one does peg warm a little bit, I must say, because Target has been getting in these cases with Mae Pillar-Durev, Royce Revsley, Greebles, Noriyuki, seeing a lot of them, Revo Koss. Don't see too many Griswolds though, which is, you know, understandable because he's the best one. Don't see too many Speed Demons these days either. All right, what else we got in here that's not so bright? Oh, I think, all right, so this is not new. Lightning McQueen, the Cars 1 version, was released on this darker red packaging in case F, but still nice to see. I don't know if you like to collect new package variants. You get another shot at it, and you get some interesting stuff here on the back, like Fabulous Hudson Hornet, Sally, Mater, Ramon, the King, Fillmore, and Sarge, all of which are for 2023. Now, I believe this is new. I don't think Sally was released in this packaging yet. Could be wrong, so feel free to yell at me and correct me. Please don't yell, actually. But I know most of these were. Don't think Ramon was, but I do think these all were. Not him yet. But I don't think Sally was, so it's nice to see her on this new packaging. Again, doesn't really matter all that much. It's kind of silly how inconsistent they are being with this, but I feel like going forward, like by the time 2024 hits, everything will look like this. Or maybe then they'll change everything to the Green Gassers line, you know, as I've been theorizing about now for a long time, and people are just thinking I'm joking at this point. But I'm serious, the Green Gassers are coming, guys. Okay, I think this one's also new to the darker red packaging. Lightning McQueen with racing wheels, which of course is the World Grand Prix Cars 2 version. Whoa, yeah, that's something you don't see too often. It's like an international card back where you only see the car you have on the back. That doesn't happen really at all on American English packages. So that's kind of weird. I'm surprised they don't have anything else from Cars 2 to put on here because, well, they do. You could put on Jeff Corvette, who's being released, Raul Cerul. I'm sure there's a couple other ones as well. Suki, right? So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But we continue. We have the King here on the new packaging, but he was included in case F like this. But yeah, always nice to see Mr. Strip Weathers, aka the King. One of the most iconic cars, one of the most popular. Never see this guy hanging around on the pegs. And again, a kind of weird packaging look here because they omit. It looks like they kind of just took something off right here. They're like, goodbye, / vanish. Everyone else looks normal, and it looks like someone belongs right there. So definitely some card back deficiencies on some of these, but hey, as long as the die cast is good, who cares what the card back looks like, I guess. I guess that's what we've come to accept. All right, what about this one here? Oh my goodness, everything's falling all over the place. We have Finn McMissile. This is really exciting actually because he was in case D, and I did find one at a store, just one, along with Fair Game and Doug Crankle. But now I have another one, so I'll probably open him up because this is the first time just regular Finn has been released from Thailand. Of course, his previous couple releases were the Palace Danger version, and that is his shouting version, basically. But yeah, he looks great. But again, though, he doesn't have the darker red packaging, so you can just kind of tell. Mattel is like, I don't know what we're doing. Some of them are going to be dark red. It seems like the ones that are dark red are like the ones that really no one gives a poo about. Everyone's like, yeah, that's just the main characters, right? But then again, you do have Patty, Mario Andretti, I think, was on it. Maybe Lizzie was on it. I'm not sure. One of those I don't think was. So again, just super inconsistent. It is nice to see Finn, though, in this case. Not as nice as this brand new EMS truck race, fire, and rescue Adam Roadriguez. This, I have to admit, is one of my favorite cars in a long, long time. although I was expecting him to be heavier. He is quite light, honestly, so obviously you can easily tell that the front half of him will be die-cast, the back half plastic. It's understandable, but he is quite light. You know, I picked him up, I was like, whoa, I was expecting there to be a little bit more resistance. Now, he does appear in Cars on the Road briefly, but he also appears in Cars 3 briefly, or at least a copy of him, you know, a car that has his exact same model, you know. Maybe you can headcanon it to be the same guy, Adam, or maybe you think it's different, who knows. But it is kind of cool to have a unique, brand new truck model, because it doesn't happen too often, and I cannot wait to review him. The front does look kind of like Ray Reverham, and he'll be probably the first or second car I review from this case. So definitely keep your eyes open. It'll be a blast. On the back, we have a whole bunch of new stuff. You have Rumbler Mater there, Mateo, Westfalanapus, Nile, Speedcone. Griswold somehow maintains his position on there. And a Quadratorchosaur, which seems to have been pushed back or delayed a couple cases because he was supposed to be in case H, and evidently he was not. So kind of sad, kind of scary. Hopefully he's still alive and well and coming, just delayed and not canceled, because that would really suck because he looks awesome. Mateo is in case H, don't have him. Everyone else here is in this case. So I'm telling you guys, I wasn't lying to you when I said this is like the best case of all time. We have two brand new maters snuggled up right next to each other, but we'll get to them after we satiate our dinosaur fix of Pitstoposaurus. So he was brand new to case G, so you do have a decent shot of finding him at a store right now. If you're in the UK, maybe Smith's. In the US, maybe Walmart's. Not me, though. I went to 3 Walmarts over the past 2 days, and all of them probably had a combined 10 singles, so not good. And that's honestly, that's stretching it, because one of them had like 3, the other one had 2, and then I think the last one had maybe 4. It was horrible. Horrible. But again, that's why I said you either find everything or you find nothing. So this guy's awesome, obviously. Can't wait to review him. And very fortunate that even though this is not the case that he debuted in, this is 2 cases after that, he's still in it. So worked out nicely in that sense, because of course we're not going chronologically or alphabetically anymore, simply because those other cases have not been available for sale yet. On the back here, you can see a couple other case G goers like Rumbler McQueen and Kelly Beambright. Then you have Gearston Marshall, Mae Pillar-Durev, and the Westfalanapus, who is awesome, another dinosaur. Now this guy's very light as well, but that's to be expected. It's Mater time, baby. We have Cryptid Buster Mater, who we've been teased about on the packaging of a lot of Cars on the Road releases for months now. He started appearing on packagings probably in February, I think it was. Yeah, so it's great to finally see him in person. I'm not sure if I'll like him or the Rumbler Mater more. That'll be something we come to a decision at in one of the future reviews here. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at this weird blister shape and how they had to angle it, because he has those extra gas tanks back there that protrude. I mean, this is awesome. I'm really impressed with all the stuff Mattel is putting out. Again, the order and the distribution of these cases got a little wonky, but in the end, it's all still coming. Just got to be a little more patient with it. And everything just looks so good. On the back here, we got some of the same stuff. Claire Gunzer, Jeremy, who's in case H. So unfortunately, along with Kelly Beambright and him, are among some of them, and Mateo, of course, that I will not be able to review from this case. But again, Nile Speedcone debuted in case H, and he's in this one. And there are a few other ones, like Rumbler McQueen. This one, I think, came in case H. So very, very happy that they are transferring over to case G here. Maybe Mattel kind of knew. They anticipated there being a problem and just made this case look awesome. Road Rumbler Mater. Wow. This guy looks incredible. Look at the spikes on him. Man, I can't really show off too much. I don't want to spoil the review. This just looks so much better than the Disney Store version. The only thing that I'm a little concerned about is those eyes. I mean, why are they so bright? Like, why are his eyelids so bright? That looks so weird to me. It doesn't match like his body at all. I mean, you have like normal eyelids on Cryptid Buster Mater, and then this one, they're so bright. Everything else looks incredible. Like literally insane though, so might have to do some sort of vote on who I review first. I'm sure everyone will have slightly different opinions. And then on the back here, you can see Adam Roadriguez in his stock image form, which looks really cool. Everyone looks great. All right, moving right along. Keeping with the Rumbler vibe, we have two Road Rumbler Lightning McQueens. So he debuted in case G, of course, the one that's being found right now at Walmarts in the US and stores in the UK and Europe. To have two of them in a case two after his debut, does that make sense? He debuted 2 cases ago, and the fact that there are 2 of them in this case is awesome. It's weird, I must admit. I probably would complain about it if case G was already available. Like if case G came out in April and everything was going smoothly, which it's not, I might even have complained about this because who knows, maybe he'd become a little bit of a peg warmer, but man, he looks great. And again, I can't wait to review him. Who am I going to review first? No clue. On the back here, you get a look at Breaker Box, the Thunder Hollow Pity, who is coming as a single in addition to being in a 5-pack exclusive to Walmart. You have bunch of other ones that we already have seen. Cryptid Buster Mater, Kelly Beambright. I was really hoping I could find Case G in a store so I could start reviewing some of them, like Kelly and the Tokyo Mater ones, but no such luck. But yeah, this one's on a really good card, so that worked out nicely. What also worked out nicely is that they included 2 Deputy McQueens in this case, which I found to be one of the rarest cars Fuzz released so far. Him and Rich Mixon from Case E have been very, very rare. Maybe it's just me, but they are 2 of the cars from this year so far I have yet to find. I found quite a few Cave McQueens, Mae Pillar-Durevs. I've found quite a few Claire Gunzers. I found all the anniversary cars, although I was probably lucky to do so. Just never found Deputy McQueen or Rich Mixon, so very happy that they put 2 of him in this case. But again, was that necessary? Like, why did they have to do 2? This car debuted way back in February, so again, it is kind of an odd decision, along with the Rumbler McQueens and probably some of the other decisions they made for this case. But hey, it's working out for me, and in my selfish little ways, I'm very happy about it. But yeah, you could see all this stuff is from February, and this is when we got our first taste of Cryptid Buster Mater, like I was saying. So, cool. Hopefully it gives everyone a second chance to get Deputy McQueen if you didn't get him the first time. And here we have a Claire Gunzer. I must say, as much as I love her, she is starting to peg warm. She is literally single-handedly keeping all of the pegs at Walmart warm. I found her at, so I went to 3 Walmarts. Like I said, I found her at the first Walmart and the second Walmart. Didn't find her at the third Walmart, I don't think, but I've seen her a ton. I think I found probably 8 of her in total, which is saying a lot because 1, I don't go to many stores these days, and 2, that's a lot of Claire Gunzers. I mean, people are buying up all the anniversary cars and leaving her, which is sad because she's an awesome release. I'm a huge fan of her. It's a chunky minivan, almost as heavy as Adam, if not heavier, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, it's good to see her. Don't think it was really necessary. Would have been nice to have this one in the case, though, Cryptid Buster McQueen, because he wasn't in the Walmart version of Case F. So, oh well. Oh well. Who else do we have here? Westfalanapus. Oh my goodness. Perhaps one of the best cars released in years on Steve Herschel levels. One of the heaviest cars released in a long time. I mean, this is chunky. You can see how big this is. Like in person, you'll notice that this is the biggest blister that they might have ever done, along with Doug Crankle, on the new streamlined blister packaging style. I mean, just look at this. It's a whole dinosaur. Oh my gosh. He's beautiful, guys. Look at this old guy. It's a VW bus in dinosaur form. I will probably review him first, just because, oh my God, you know what? I don't know. Maybe Adam. I can't decide, guys. Comment below, who do you want me to review first out of this case? It'll probably end up being Westfalanapus or Adam. Not sure yet, but this guy just looks incredible. I don't want to spoil much more of him, but just unspeakable. Mattel did a great job with him, and honestly, I am very surprised that they are tackling so many of the dinosaurs so quickly in 155 scale form, because of course they're able to do them easily as mini racers, but a little bit more difficult. And yet we got the Pitstoposaurus, we got the Quadritorchosaur hopefully on the way, and here's the Westfalanapus. Hopefully they give us the Mechaturbanatops and the Ankylosaurus, all of which seem very possible now since they're able to do these. Although I think the Mechaturbanatops is going to be a little bit bigger, so maybe they have to do that one in like an Amazon Ivy type 3-pack. I do think the Ankylosaurus, though, should be in a very similar type size as these two here. So, good stuff. Can't wait to bust him open. They put a little cardboard break in between these two, or in between the two halves. That's interesting. But either way, who cares about that when you have new Piston Cup Racer Thailand variants. Here, of course, we have Misti Motorkrass, the Rev-N-Go racer. The 2017 release of her was the last, and it has become very, very rare along with Krusty Rotor. They were released in tandem together. And then before that, she had not really been released in a while, maybe in a multi-pack. She got the rubber tire version, of course. So overall, one of the rarest Piston Cup racers, and this is her first time being released from Thailand, so obviously we will have to give her a review as well, just like everyone else. And she is on the darker red packaging, so weird, kind of. I don't know. It's hard to determine how they're doing it. But yeah, on the back here, you have Johnny Blamer, who we'll see in a second. Greg Candyman, who's coming, hopefully as a variant because he looks a little bit lighter orange here. You have Krusty himself, we were just talking about, Lizzie Ramon Fillmore, and then a ghost, probably, you know what, wouldn't that be hilarious if it's actually like a ghost from Cars on the Road, like Deanna Gradado? That'd be so funny if, I don't know how they'd ever reveal that, but I think that would be hilarious, even though it wouldn't make any sense because it shouldn't be on the Cars card back, but I don't know. In my little dream world, I like to think about that. It's awesome they included two, though, because we know that Piston Cup racers are some of the most popular cars that Mattel has in their repertoire. So they know that and are taking advantage, at least with Misty. Here we have another Mae Pillar-Durev. It's kind of funny that they included two clowns in this case, both of which have been released in the past quite some time ago and kind of peg-warm. Claire and May, both peg-warm, despite being new and very cool. Like, awesome releases in my opinion. So that's a little weird to me, and I don't understand why they included them in this case again. Hopefully they're not in the Walmart version of the case. That's all I can say. But I will include all the contents in the description below. Oh my goodness, we have Johnny Blamer. Look at that new expression. I had not seen this yet, and it looks okay, You know, I'm just kind of more shocked right now that it's so different looking. I'm not convinced it looks incredible. The eyes just look a little strange to me, but it does look cool. And again, very excited to rip this open and see a new version of a character or a Piston Cup racer. Not much of a character that I've really liked for a long time. He's been one of my favorites since 2010. And I love how his artwork looks on the card back. You know what's even cooler is that they are using the original artwork for this guy, because when he was last released in 2017, they came up with a new art pose for him that just, I mean, it was okay, but it's not classic, has no nostalgia, And now, here we are in 2023, 6 years after his last release, and they are reverting back to his 2010 artwork. That is awesome. No one's talked about that, but that is amazing. Like, oh my gosh. Something really cool. Mattel's missing the trim, though, on the rim, so what the hell, Mattel? You guys never get the trim, but at least you got the retro artwork, which is really cool. People need to talk about that more because that's awesome. People also need to talk about this guy more. Nile's Speedcone. Should have been Nile's Speedcone. That just sounds better. But hey, another Salt Flats character. They've just about released everybody almost from that episode. Not even close, actually, to be honest with you. But a lot of the more iconic ones they have done now at this point. And he looks really good. I do think he should be a tinge longer. I kind of said that since he was revealed. But he looks great. He'll look great with Peggy Liner and the other ones. And obviously, I'll compare him to everybody from the Salt Flats episode. Looks really cool. New for 2023. Very small, light, but super unique, of course. He's a unique model. And on the back, you got a bunch of stuff that we have yet to even see. Mateo, Jeremy, the Quadritorchosaur. Again, hopefully they're all coming soon. We know that Mateo and Jeremy are out a little bit by some resellers because they have case H. Quadritorchosaur was supposed to be in that case, but got delayed. Nile here is also in case H. That was his debut case, and yet they decided to put 2 of him in the following case. Worked out for me, obviously, but again, maybe a little bit of a weird decision. Perhaps they should have included 2 of Adam Roadriguez or 2 of... Who else is new to this case, technically? The Westfalanapus. But the reason I think they didn't do that is because they're so big, and it honestly would take up more room in the case and probably set them over the allotment of basically cost per case or whatever. All that super analytical financial stuff. But this guy looks awesome, and I'm happy they included 2. Hopefully he doesn't peg warm. Hopefully he doesn't become the new Gearston Marshall, which is, I guess, kind of possible. Hopefully not, though. You guys need to let me know who from this case is your favorite. Man, it's really unfair that they all have to compete against each other because you take, some of these cars and put them in a less competitive, less stacked case, they're going to win. But now, since they're all competing against each other, it really does come down to these 2 for me personally. But I mean, the Maders are awesome. This is a super underrated Mater here. No one's really talked about. I mean, both of them, honestly. They all just kind of snuck up on us. So cannot wait to start reviewing and unboxing all these individual releases. You guys let me know in the comments. Who do you want me to review first? You're probably looking at one of them right here. It's probably going to be one of them. But who knows? Maybe I get overwhelming support for Rumbler McQueen because he's another new one. Maybe one of the Maders. Who knows? Thank you guys, as always, for watching this video. So pumped that this case finally is out with us. And hopefully I can get G and H here soon. And we can get right back on schedule. And then do K and L and M and say goodbye to 2023. It's definitely been one of the best years for collecting. All right, guys. See you later. Bye now.